Ladies and gentlemen, here we are on week 12 of the fucking podcast. I am, of course, Gregor Guy, joined here by Mr. Cuz and Mr. Captain Moisturizer.
Just moisture.
Sure.
Or actually, it's really just moist.
You can't change the fucking name every single fucking time.
Captain Moist sounds much better. Captain Moisturizer sounds like, I'm trying to sell you fucking antibacterial soap or some shit.
It just picks it up.
Joined here by Captain Moist.
Brought to you by Dove.
Dove, reach out.
And Bath and Body Works.
Sponsor of the channel. We got no problem with you. I use Dove. I love it. Anyway.
I've shot it.
God damn it. I already just want to smash my head against the fucking
Keep going.
This chair needs some monkey pills.
Oh yeah, don't rocking that.
Yeah, don't do that.
It picks up.
It's bad. Yeah. It basically sounds like old people
Put me
fucking.
in a rocking chair and expect me not to rock.
It sounds like old people fucking. Come on, dude. PG, motherfucker. PG. PG-13.
You can say fuck, shit, ass, all that stuff.
Right. Yes. No, none of this fucking.
Nothing controversial at all. Or we'll fucking get flagged for a week.
Okay, so I already have to edit out the entire beginning of the video. Anyway, let's move on. I have barely made it through introductions, and I'm already not feeling good about this week. Sorry for making you come over here for this. Anyway, you had a crazy. Shut up. You had a crazy story that you told me earlier.
Yeah. Not only crazy, just almost like out of this world shit.
Right, yeah, this is also going to be a scientific discussion that we're going to have here. So go on.
I'm listening. I'm writing.
Writing what?
A note.
A note? Me being an asshole?
Nah. Because everybody knows that.
Fair enough.
Okay, so a professor by the name of Igor Babov published a paper about a new state of matter.
What do you mean a new state of matter?
They basically use electrons to what they're calling time reverse symmetry, which is basically reverse time travel. But it's unstable, and they need to do a lot more testing for obvious reasons. And it's still in its infancy, but it's really interesting to read about.
Okay, so going off that, you're telling me that this scientific community believes they could actually possibly create time travel or cell reversal. I'm not 100% sure.
Time reversal.
Time reversal.
Time reversal.
That is a man. Okay, think about this. All right, if you could go back in time, what would you have done? If you could go back to let's just say 2008. What would be the thing you did?
Let's see. 2008?
Yep. I mean, I'm just throwing a number out there. If you wanted just the year, it's fine.
Probably invest in shit that would become relevant later in the future.
Such as?
Well, one would be Bitcoin. I definitely would have bought some Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have had to do that in 2011, but anyway.
Yeah. But I'm saying, you're saying 2008, so I would have known.
I was just throwing a number out there.
Oh.
What else would you have done?
Bought some stocks in Facebook.
Did you know that Bitcoin now has a higher market cap than Facebook?
Yeah, because Zuckerberg lost, what, $6 billion? Well,
Well, it doesn't matter. The market cap of Bitcoin is like over like 1.2 trillion at this point in time.
And I would have invested in anything Elon Musk had started at that point in time. I think Tesla was...
Yes. Okay. I 100% agree with that. Do you have any opinions on this?
I agree with that.
They're Captain Moist.
I'd have rather started much later or earlier in life if I had a chance to redo.
Like what time period?
Like who I was born to.
I don't even think that makes sense.
Like
I would have reinvested as to who I was born to.
like different family.
Then you wouldn't be you.
This is true. Good point. Touche. Then probably I would say
You could have been Brianna.
You gotta speak up.
I would probably say right after negative.
So you would have had a vagina. Okay.
Miss Moist.
Miss Moist instead of Mr. Captain Moist. You're the one who wanted to go to that name, so you fucked up.
It doesn't bother me.
Okay. Fair enough. Move.
Okay, well, go ahead and finish your story.
Yeah. Finish your story.
It's not really a story, just I'd probably start, you know what I mean,
Let's say
I'd probably did a couple things.
Let me rephrase. Let's say you had a do-over from just, let's go ahead and say, look, I know I said 2008 for you, but you specifically, let's say you have a do-over from 2005. What would you do?
Not married my ex-wife. And
That's right. Don't get married, kids.
Yeah.
Period in the story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make sure you pull out, too.
Yeah, you do all that too. It doesn't always work.
Yes, it does.
She could already have been impregnated.
By another man?
No. By you. By you. Before.
Not by me. Fuck no, not by me.
If. Okay.
You didn't come ready for this, man.
Anybody. How did I not become married for this?
So you're saying you could have impregnated her before you...
Pre-ejaculation to fucking impregnate a woman just as fast as just nothing.
So you suffer from the pre-ejaculation?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying, everyone does a little bit. Whether you know it or not.
That's why you get blowjobs.
That's...
I like his idea. That will lead us into our second topic.
Perfect segue.
Perfect segue. Yes. Yeah, I mean, we don't get many of those here on the channel.
No.
Yeah. What are your opinions? I'm going to, propose this question to both of you. Why is prostitution not legal? I think it is a victimless, unfortunately it is called a crime at this point in time, but I don't even see it being a crime. If a woman wants to go out there and make her living doing things, I have no problem with it.
I would say because it's hard for the government to file paperwork for each client, so to speak.
So you're talking more or less about like a tax thing?
Yeah.
It's mainly like a cash business and so on and so forth. But at the same point in time, all they would need to do would be like register in some sort of like database and everything. And
well, that's what they do in the legal states. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, they also their own entrepreneurs, individually.
They're what?
Entrepreneurs. Did I say that?
Entrepreneur. Not true.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Why is it illegal?
No. Yeah, why is it illegal? That is my question.
Yeah.
Why is there such
I don't
a
think
taboo?
anyone could give us the damn answer. They're going to just give you a shit ton of bullshit answers of why.
Well,
I don't know their reasoning of, to tell you the truth. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it.
Is that not also like a byproduct of the world that we live in these days? In particular.
Oh, absolutely.
Just feed the public a bunch of shit and then let
Control.
them sort through it and try. As you
Pick out the shit, as it goes.
I mean, at the same
point,
time, you proposed a theory. I want to hear about that. About the well, it started out as 3M, and then it became 4M, and then it became 5M.
Oh, the manager of a money-making mouth?
Go on and let us know about that.
Well, it's just kind of a pimp, just newer.
So it's a pimp.
With that, basically, I mean,
there's different levels of pimpage.
but if you're not
high grade or low grade,
if you're not sleeping with them, smacking them around, you know what I'm saying, or feeding them a bunch of drugs, then technically the pimp really can be dropped, and now you're a manager. Holy shit.
Okay.
So then you got an entrepreneur, because you're going to have to manage many women, or you run all, or unless they're going to run individual companies of prostitution.
Okay.
Per said such snatch.
Per snatch. This is the discount rack.
I just hope that, at some point in time, our currency devalues to the point where we have to go per snatch.
You want some water? Let me see you.
Man, I gotta put a bolt in this chair or else it's gonna keep rocking.
Stop rocking it.
I'm not
That's
trying to rock it,
motherfucker.
I'm not trying to rock it.
Don't. What are you doing? No, we've done that before.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Gonna have to cut that out. Okay, anyway, moving on. Yeah, that was some kind of perspective.
And also segue into the next topic.
You proposed an idea. No. We're gonna hold on. You proposed an idea about I believe the way I understood it anyway was you called it very, very local government. In other words, obviously I live on my block. You are also living on the block.
And
You live across the bridge.
I was gonna say,
at
least 100 blocks down.
Anyway, just like a block, kind of like governance system, as in
like tribal government.
To an extent, I kind of assume that. So, do you want to expand on that and just tell us realistically how you envision that whole thing going?
I guess as a community, governing it as a residential neighborhood sections. You know what I mean? I guess it's kind of like districts or
Counties or whatever.
Not even county, just neighborhood districts. You know what I mean? I haven't really thought too much about it, but it was just an idea more so to deal with all the other bullshit, or I should say a patter or a buffer in between dealing with our local jurisdictions. And
like
bullshit.
the state.
Yeah. Like the
Well,
state.
I assume you're more or less talking. Okay, think about this. If any sort of plan ever is implemented like this, You know, there are like different levels of government. You got federal, you got state, you got local, regional, which will be county in our particular case, and then it would be, for all intents and purposes, we would just call it the block.
Block government. Yeah.
Block government.
Block.
Block gov.
Block
gov.
Block.gov.
Yeah.
That might already be taken. But anyway, so my question would be this: okay, does the block, is that responsible for collecting and, you know, taking care of like taxes and shit, or is this just more or less like a governance thing where we just make sure everyone has a smooth life?
Everything's kosher.
Yeah, I mean,
We
it could
provide our own
really, it could
security?
really develop. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could develop into, you know, a lot, much more than.
I don't believe that on this type of, you know, specific level, taxes should even be like even considered.
Yeah, because that could like make a lot of stuff eerie.
They're basically
in
like a
between
barter
neighbors,
system at that point in time.
right?
Whoever's got the most.
Not
Tax.
even necessarily a bartering system.
Well, think about it. If you're going to do taxation in a very small area, whoever's got the most resources is going to call the shots.
Well, I mean, realistically, that would be more or less like a tariff system rather than a taxation system.
Right. But you get.
But at the same point in time, you know, you would have to have the goods and services to throw out to the people. This was your idea. What do you got on that?
of ways that it should be done, or just.
like the tax.
I don't think that the
General
taxes
tax.
should be involved because
I 100% agree.
money changes people, just like you know a marriage certificate does.
Okay,
Paper,
go on.
another piece of paper that changes people.
Kind of like hooking up with a chick, to dating them, to marriage. Every time you take that next step.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
And not only that, but once you get money involved, then you got people that you know who in today's world isn't rough for them in some aspect of their life. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by rough for them?
I mean, it could be have money problems, or you know, a family member sick, or something to where it could twist their character, their morals into, you know, taking what's not theirs off the top, or misusing it for other purposes that shouldn't.
Okay, well then also going off that would be, you know, insinuating that there is a local treasury too at the same point in time. You know,
I mean,
as to where you know someone could take money out, but I mean, think about this: if there were like, you know, it wasn't a tax system or anything like that. I mean, granted, obviously the county is still taking their tax, their property tax, so on and so forth. The state is still taking their income tax. The federal government is taking their income tax.
What I'm saying is like where the neighborhood could put pressure on the local jurisdictions of
in order of
how to use the money that they get in the first place.
Okay.
So it's like a trickle down.
Yeah.
And they have
shit runs down.
All right.
power to kind of vote what they need and want. And all
Yeah,
that.
like if there's more things in a neighborhood that they need, like, you know, some neighborhoods haven't had the streets blacktop in forever.
Oh, it's better than this fucking tarred shit we get out here.
Right. Or cut and patch something that's 6 inches above the rest of the road. You know? Yeah. So it's a 1/4 mile long speed bump. You know, that type of shit. Because if they get paid the same, the state and all, whether they do a 10-foot section or they do the entire damn road.
Well, I mean,
And I'm guaranteed they're still charging
they're hourly.
for the entire damn road. But they're not doing the entire damn road. They're only doing the 10-foot patch at the end of it.
This gravel shit's been here for like, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah. They do it
What,
normally.
the tarred chip? Yeah.
They normally do
September 27th, I think.
Yeah. They normally do them around.
They do them like every 5 years, but either way, it's a cheap way of going about infrastructure.
No, to tell you the truth, I think the last couple of years, dude, that they've been doing them is every year or every other year.
Yeah.
It's not it's not always every 5 years.
I think it's about every 5 years.
They really don't last.
I've been here a long time.
I know that. It's a lot. And I've seen them tar and chip the roads at least twice since John lives here. And he's only lived here for like 5 years.
I have seen patches.
Once every 5 years.
I've seen patches throughout the time coming over here, like down towards the little store down here where that little Y is. That shit is always fucking...
It was fucked up for a long time. There were serious ass potholes at that triangle for probably like a good 2 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, the potholes don't go away. I mean, that's realistically the problem is they don't actually fix the problem. All they do is put a Band-Aid over it until...
Yeah.
They want to charge
5 years further down the road when they decide to fucking goddamn...
They hit all the other roads and they circle back around.
Or they never fixed the original problem to begin with.
Exactly what
it's the drain pipe, 100 yards up the road that's been steady leaking for the last 10 years. Well, let's just fix this 10-foot area of dirt at the end of it and call it good.
I love how there's like 6 people out there working. And one's only working, and then the other ones are all standing around.
They're just holding shovels.
Yeah, they're leaning on them, talking and shit, and the other dude's like deep in the hole.
Okay, look, all right. I'm going to touch on that too, because they have been working on 95, between my commute to and from work in my house for like...
Is that why there's so much traffic?
Fucking 3 goddamn years now. It's getting out of control. Because they're also closing the road down to 1 lane, and I don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I can't even look this shit up on like a government website and figure out what the maintenance plan is.
There is no maintenance plan.
Or not even a maintenance plan, but what the improvement plan.
Well, from what I've heard, they're adding a lane from, I believe, White Marsh to the Bel Air exit on both sides. Which means every overbridge for the back roads in Harbor County has to be elongated. So that's why they're being...
Why would the bridges have to be elongated?
To allow for that extra lane to go underneath of it.
But, I mean, they already have
the
supports and trusses and everything set up and whatnot. I mean, why don't they just... pay that extra lane if that's what they want to do.
Because they don't have the room. If they paved the lane, then the shoulder would be gone. And there'd be no way for vehicles to pull over and so forth.
You're familiar with where Abingdon Road is on 95, correct? Mm-hmm. That's past the Bel Air exit.
I mean...
Why do they have cranes out there at fucking like 10:30 at night?
They've also found out that the rest of the overpasses that go over top of 95 from Bel Air up to, I believe, the Susquehanna River are all like from the 40s and 50s and 60s. So they are, the company, I guess they got a hell of a deal maybe from the companies for the steel and all that extended the other bridges so that they're doing them all. Eventually, in the next 10 years, all the overpasses over 95, well, in Harbor County are going to be done. Which means a lot more fuckery with 95.
So, well, that's fucked.
For 10 years, at least.
Yeah. I'm only going to be traveling that road another 5 years.
Sounds good.
He thinks he's going to die in 5 years.
Said it sounds good.
Subscribe!
No.
Subscribe!
Remember, if you think there is value to any sort of, content that we are throwing out there here today, remember to like, share, and
subscribe!
Hit that bell button.
Perfect. Anyway, fair enough. So... anything else on infrastructure and then the fact that everything is so fucked that, we all just basically hate our lives nowadays. And your little tiny governance idea. I actually like that. Okay, wait. Let me ask you. Wait. If implemented, who do you think will be the mayor of our block?
I would go with you for first terms.
Victory!
That's what he wanted to hear.
But
That's all he wanted to.
No, okay, but no, go on.
But afterwards, after your term, you still hold a board seat for residential life.
So he gets paid for the rest of his life, like all the other.
Well, no, there's no taxation going on at the point, so this is not a paying position.
But if the money is trickling down, and
there is no money because there are no taxes.
Yeah, we're not collecting money.
There are no taxes.
We are enforcing on what they use it for in our neighborhoods.
And it could be used to pay him.
No. We do not collect taxes. I totally agree with this.
This has to be a kind of like a fire, a volunteer firefighter or ambulance. I mean, like, it's a project. What do you call that? You're putting me on the spot and make me have anxiety.
You just got to speak up because the microphone is not picking it up.
My bad.
Like a community guideline.
A service type of job. A community service type of job. You know what I mean? Like, the payment is in the outcome, the community. You know what I mean? It's
like a non-profit organization.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like the NRA.
But for a community.
I say we have one of them too.
I was gonna say, now we're going down to.
I say we have one NRA committee as well.
Well, I mean,
same such board members.
Okay. No. Okay. Number one. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. All right. I don't think that it is a terrible idea in order to get these communities to band together in order to put pressure on, and in particular, the local governments that, specifically handle, like, our basic infrastructure and everything, with, like, roads and shit and so on and so forth, like that. However, I also will say there's no way that we could collect money doing said thing, which,
But it would give you a voice.
Yes. That is more or less what I'm getting at.
And
it would 100% give the, smaller, groups and communities and so on and so forth, whatnot, like, more of a, I don't necessarily want to say a political bargaining chip, but that's basically what it will be. That's great. You got anything on that?
That's a way to start. I mean,
I agree with it.
If it's only a voice,
Like I said earlier,
somewhere to start.
If it's implemented correctly.
Yeah.
And okay, well, that also proposes the question of how could it be implemented correctly versus how could it be implemented incorrectly, especially if there's no money involved.
Well,
that is my huge thing. There should be no money involved.
Correctly, everybody has a say in the community. Incorrectly, a few dictate how things play out in the community. Because you always have those few people
that band together and everything.
Yeah, and their voice is better than yours. You know what I mean? You always have the "I'm better than you" person in the community.
Right, but if there is no financial gains to be made, first of all, that takes a lot. A lot of people won't even care.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Right.
I mean,
they just won't even care.
We'll tell them about it. Whatever. Keep it moving. And then there's other people who don't plan on going anywhere for the rest of their lives that want to see some of the shit around here, changed. Because we're under, this being a Happy Grace zip code, which means that we're under the same taxes that Happy Grace gets. But you think that they use any type of fucking money? No. They probably use all the recycled shit that they got done during the summer. That's why they probably don't charge up till the end of the year, because they were like, oh, well, we met the quota, and we got all this scrap shit laying around. We could find just throw it on the roads, on the back roads, in the same zip code.
That's why there's so many bumps when you come
Well, that and there,
No, it's because you would live out in the sticks, bro.
You would think that whoever's driving the machines are half blind or fully.
There you go. County workers, all half blind.
Or fully.
Or full. That's true.
I don't give a fuck attitude.
Is that, I
That
mean,
makes you blind in a whole different way.
you proposed this idea, and, you know, I did not actually hear anything about it until earlier today. But, you know, I think there is possible potential there. We will have to look into different legalities of said idea, so on and so forth. I also do like the fact that he already said he's going to vote for me for the first goddamn governor or mayor or whatever of the block.
Well, I would say that
Who would you vote for?
It would need if there's enough.
Would you run against me?
If there's
even
enough,
though you don't live here?
The lesbians across the street.
if there's
No. Not on our block.
technically,
Not on our block.
I would like to start the government.
Then Steve.
I would like to start the government with just
to
this
give you
residential
competition.
block. But technically, I think if you go on a
Fucking
map,
piece of shit.
I would love to see him.
the neighborhood, I think the community is all named under. I forget the hell the name. My mother said it.
No,
a couple
it's
weeks ago.
Hopewell Acres. Something Acres. Level. It's something anyway. No, I can pull out the plot if you want.
We could also, you know,
We
integrate.
can verify all this at the end of
Yeah.
after we're done. But no, I got that.
We could integrate, you know, a couple of the smaller communities that are around this one. We got a fire department.
Not on the block though.
That's why he said
Specifically,
implement
that's
the
why
other.
that's why the lesbians can't be governors.
Well, he said implement
Yeah.
other small
Integrate, yeah, the other
so the lesbians
surrounding properties. Which means we also have a brewery, technically.
Oh, you talk about Hopkins over there? Mm-hmm. Okay, alright, anyway.
Because the original.
We're getting way off track here.
Yeah.
Way off
We
track.
got a fire department, a brewery. What more do you need for a government?
We got beer and we got water.
Right.
So when you
Put
get
out
drunk
said
and you
such
light
fires.
something on fire.
You need someone to correct this
When you light something, when you catch something on fire because of your being drunk, you got it covered.
Okay.
All right,
Got a
Yeah.
part time
in my life, and I'd rather just not get randomly
He
stabbed.
doesn't want to fuck with the first governor of the block,
Oh, yeah.
alright?
Yeah, next thing I know, I won't be getting my impeachment or my what the hell you call that?
Impeachment? I would be the one who would be getting impeached.
If you really want an impeachment, bro.
Impeachment. Fuck. Pardon.
Pardon? Like I have anything to do with the judicial system. Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, let's
my long
moving on.
Long game.
Moving on.
Becoming a governor and pardoning myself.
Moving on. No, the governor of the block.
Yeah. But eventually, I think that we should. Have
Okay, wait.
You
Hold
governor or
on.
commissioner?
Will we have a block like prison? Do you see it going down that route?
Fines.
But I mean, there would have to be like I said,
Yeah.
financial shit at that point in time.
Yeah.
You can't.
They're not gonna do that.
I mean,
that's going.
If you start implementing fines and shit, you know what I mean, for certain
I would not do that.
technicalities,
I mean,
you know,
fine.
like
Fines
it would
the police officer fucking standing outside, fucking, you're going 30 and a 25. Right.
You think I would let him be a cop? Jesus Christ! You.
Shit, standing at the stop sign right
This,
there in the corner.
this has gone off the rails. I am ending it right here, right now.
we'll have a whole nother means of income.
Talk about that.
Contraband.
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, wait.
We have to. Hooters has implemented a new uniform for their waitresses. I have seen the pictures. You have seen the pictures, I assume.
I finally just saw them.
No, I saw them before you showed me that. But you have also seen the pictures at this point in time, too. Correct?
Yes, I finally
Correct?
saw them.
We have all viewed the pictures. Does anyone really have a problem with it?
I mean,
now, the last one that you did show me,
I don't have a problem with it because in one of the pictures they can wear like pants underneath.
leggings.
Yeah, leggings. So I mean, you're not showing any skin. Yeah, your shape is still there, but wasn't the shape there in the old shorts?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the shorts, basically went from like here to here. Okay, so
From,
it's
like,
more
boy shorts
like
to
a
thong shorts.
bikini bottom
Right.
and everything. And I mean, women are out there just running around in bikini bottoms.
Right.
So
Well, here's
simple.
the thing. This is what's crazy
Okay,
about women.
okay.
They'll go to the beach and they'll wear little dots on their nipples and a string through their vagina hole. But then they'll run around in pantyhose and a bra, and when you accidentally see them in it, they're like, "Oh my god!" And it's like you were just showing little kids your badge and your anus hole.
No. Okay, let's say one of these people who you were talking about at the beach actually works at Hooters, correct? Right?
Right.
Think about this. And then they start complaining about it.
Right. And then on Instagram they got
And they're getting paid to do it.
right.
Mind blowing.
This
You have
shows
anything
what's,
on that?
What's acceptable.
Captain Moist.
I know damn well my daughter better not be working at Hooters. Especially wearing that. Especially wearing that.
But you still like the uniform.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing wrong with the uniform. But I also think
My daughter better not be working at Hooters. I like the uniform.
I think that they should have more of a say-so in it. Like, the leggings thing, yeah, is nice, but still, I mean, who likes something riding up their ass?
I think they do have a say in it because of the backlash they had. I think they can still use the older uniform, or if they want to, it's optional. To use.
Well, no, it's a totally different color and everything. Because their new shorts are black.
I know, but
versus
they
like
have the
orange
option.
shit.
They have the option now because of the backlash to wear the newer shorts.
I didn't like the orange anyway. I think it was too much orange.
Yeah.
I think like they belong like in a hunting safety video for Playboy or something, you know, like
a hunting safety video for Playboy.
Yeah,
that's
Cabela's.
Bass Pro Shop. Bass Pro Shop.
This is how you catch a bass.
Dicks.
Yeah.
You know, I was in a commercial for Dicks when I was 16.
Surprised you weren't a commercial for assholes.
That I don't believe was a.
That's a good magazine to come up with, though.
Right?
Wait,
I just figured like you could call it double A.
Wait, stop. Listen, do you know that only 249 of our 700 plus views have come from America, the United States?
We have more views outside
Yes.
of America.
That's awesome.
Yes, we are global.
You know why? It's probably a bunch of fucking spies and
Who
shit.
cares?
Fucking trying to get intel on.
I don't give a shit.
On the fucked up society.
Intel
that
on
we
what?
live in.
On me?
No.
Fuck them.
Intel on all the bullshit and fuckery going on. Not that I give a fuck. I mean, does this face look like I care?
Think about that. Less than 1/3 of our viewership is coming from the United States.
Does it tell you where the other views should?
No, I don't have that information. I only had the United States
I might know a guy.
From Russia or what?
No, I could look into it.
If
Find out where they
If you
are.
tell me it's Dick, I'm going to stab you with this pen.
That would be this dick, but no, it's not what I'm saying.
Moby
I'm not going there. No, I'm not going with Moby Dick either.
Captain
I
Ahab!
don't even know that.
Captain Ahab!
The Captain Arab fucking killed him. I mean, like,
What is up with everybody saying Arab?
because that's what that fuck said. Get it? That's what that stupid fuck said.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even know.
Right? I mean, you understood.
Oh, you watched the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I showed him
this.
this shit earlier, and he was like, I mean, I mean, I assume you have, at some point in time, you understand that Moby Dick is a book, right?
Yeah.
Captain Ahab was the captain of the boat that was hunting Moby Dick.
Right.
Not Captain Arab, Captain Ahab.
I liked how he thought about it. Like, we were talking about something else, and the whole time he's sitting over there thinking about it.
Yes.
You know? And then he just says it. That's what made it great.
Yes. Yeah. I was waiting for that question. I'm like, he's going to try to wait till the very end, and this shit's still recorded.
Yeah.
And sure enough shit, as soon as he stood up. Who's Captain Ahab?
Ring on that sound. Rub your wand, dude.
And I really felt like, if I'd have been, I'd be like, where's your sign?
That 100% did happen.
That was
So,
good.
guess what? You know what? That is going to be take 2. What? Not this one. Okay. All right.
Does that mean I'm allowed to come back?
Do you want to come back?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I was pretty harsh on you.
Why?
Because you
Oh.
don't project onto the camera.
Yeah, I have.
Or microphone.
Well, I'm kind of.
This is his first time, bro.
This looks like
Yeah.
some S&M, you know.
He's popping his
Little
cherry
bunch of
right
corn,
now.
You know, setting I've seen before somewhere.
This is the first time.
Cuz has molested you. That's basically what I heard.
So this is your first time, huh?
Just molested my You just molested my image.
They put you in that corner for a reason.
Alright,
Want
okay.
to spend it,
Out of control, we're all out of control. Bring it back down, bring it back down, and then we can fucking go off the rails at the end. Okay? Fair enough? Good? Perfect.
Point your pen more. He almost stabbed me in the eye at one point. I was sitting right here and he was like, when he wanted my fucking today, he did.
What do you mean almost? I still might.
We'll both lose eye, motherfucker. You take my right one, I'll get the left one.
Right, okay, yeah, you know, it's a little, you know, eye for not. That's the same. Right?
That is the same.
Going in your knee and then your eye. Because I'm going to run after I do it, so you can't catch me with a pick in your knee.
He's gonna be sitting there both of us stabbing each other. He's like, damn, I didn't get a turn.
That's an Ace Ventura thing, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah. And yeah, he's another one. I have no idea who that is. Moby Dick.
Oh, Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean,
He does. No.
he wasn't even born when those movies came out. Crazy to think about, right? Either way, let's move on to the final topic, and, you know, hopefully at some point in time we will wrap this fucking thing up.
There is that.
What'd you say?
There is that.
Always wrap it up.
That's right. Use protection out there, kids. Alright, so apparently I don't necessarily think that this is a specific story, but I want to talk about the fact that I personally believe that mainstream media it's just broken. They try and push whatever sort of agenda on, you know, I guess whoever is making, you know, money behind the scenes,
Views.
that they want to, you know,
Project.
realistically, you know, capitalize on, I would say. And I believe, personally, this is my personal opinion, I believe that they are trying to use speech as a weapon. So I'm going to open it up to you on that, you know, on the fact that I don't even think I told you guys about this earlier. So, what do you got on that, cuz?
Hasn't speech always been a weapon?
It has, but I think it is being, like, basically militarized at this point in time.
And used on the naive?
To an extent. You got anything there?
I mean, it's the same tactics.
Captain Moist.
The same tactics they used back in, the love, not war days, from the 60s.
Like
Hippie
the
days
hippie
and
era?
shit.
Yeah. They're like the Black Panthers, they militarized, against the government and whatnot, just as much as the hippies did, and then you had the movement of, San Francisco,
Well, the movement of, as you call it, San Francisco.
half the alphabet. I can't get them in line. I mismatch them all.
We refer to them as the Alphabet Gang.
The alphabet gang. And there actually was an alphabet gang, though. I believe it was in London back in the 50s or 60s.
Oh.
But anyway, off topic. What was the question?
The question was, why do you fucking mumble all the time?
Bad habit.
You gotta work on that, man.
Yeah, I'm working on a lot. I'm working on a lot.
Alright.
One of it's going to have to be my voice.
And not that one.
And not that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you want to sing a song?
No.
Do you want to, outro us to a,
I don't have my harmonica.
Do you play the harmonica?
I play a little bit.
There's our TikTok guy right there.
We'll talk about this later. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching episode 12 of the podcast. I am, of course, Gregor Guy, joined here by Mr. Cuz and by fucking Captain Moist.
Mr. Captain.
Mr. Captain Moist. Mr. Motherfucking Captain. Either way, thank you for, viewing, and we will continue this next week.